Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lucid, and we're jumping back into our game with Late Age Rlyeh. So yeah, we're researching blood magic now because we had that huge death basket from Krieg, which I assume I talked about. Maybe I didn't. I think I did. Though Krieg still has like 5 or 6 provinces left, but they've managed, I think mostly. Whoops, sorry if there's noise. I'm kicking around the mic. I think they've managed to mostly survives through some pretty crazy PD defense. Like right here, I can't do it from this menu. I just have to click here. So just a huge boatload of PD. And the PD inside the forts is actually scary. Anyway, this was Satis giving us some gems. Cast Record of Creation didn't find anything. Dark Knowledge didn't find anything. Haunter in the Dark, I forget what we were targeting, but it wasn't effective. And we're casting all specs with Shootback. Down here, this is kind of weird. Aretha has magic phased 20 mages on me, and it's not that expensive. It's kind of expensive. They're using the spell Direct Waves. I don't know why they didn't just move. I guess it's only 1 gem, but that's like minus 20 gems. And they send this guy in, magic phase with them too, to do anti-magic. If Aretha thinks he's going to kill me by summoning water elementals, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that will work. And while we're looking at it, I'll just show you how we're going to deal with it, rather than just go through all the stuff. We're breaking siege to this turn with a pretty big communion. Actually, looking at it now, I think actually probably should move these guys back, so we're more likely to be out of Frozen Heart range. Let me get everybody breaking siege here. We're not even going to do any water elementals of our own. I think with Enter the Void and with Army of Gold, the water elementals actually aren't going to be terribly scary. And we'll do Foul Vapors and stuff on our own. So let me just take these guys, move them all back. Yeah, they're not going to be terribly scary. And I think we'll just Foul Vapors their whole army if they choose to sit here. Maybe they do something else. Maybe they don't. We'll find out. Now this is a reasonably high commitment from me. I'm not going to have a ton of mages left if this goes south. But, you know, I have my god and other things we can potentially cheese them with. But, you know, we got to make plays. So that's basically, we got a ton of people on guard commander. We've got these guys on hold and attack. Closest, we're going to be, this guy's actually like the most important guy. He's going to be doing Serpent's Blessing, Foul Vapors, Mass Regen, Shark Attack. I probably should give him the rest of the gems, make sure we can get through that script. And, yeah. Army of Lead. It's not really going to be fire damage underwater. Into the Void, Will of Fates. If you think about it, it's going to be really hard to kill guys because you're going to have to hit, like, especially for water elementals. First of all, they're going to be doing about half damage with Army of, because it's AP damage that they do. But then, on top of that, our guys are going to be ethereal, so a fourth the hits aren't going to hit. So it's really like an eighth of damage now coming out of them. And then we're going to have, presumably by about the time they get there, we're going to have Will of Fates up, which means, you know, that a fourth of the killing hits won't land, and then we're going to have Mass Regen on top of that, and then the Shark Attack will kill stuff. So I think this is a pretty good chance of killing whatever they bring in. I didn't have much PD here, so anyway, he wasted a fair amount of gems on all that rigmarole. See what happens. If we lose ground here, it's not going to be great, but I can magic phase in big armies. The thing that's going to be hard for me to move into position are a lot of the mages, which actually maybe I should start doing now. Maybe we should take these guys here, give them some dudes, and these guys can't move. I'll give him a water lens. Yeah, I think this actually could be a pretty solid little squad. And I think we're going to send these guys south, because I'm going to need more mages over here is basically the long and the short of it. So we're going to bring them over here. We're going to have them hold an attack, hold an attack. Fire. And these guys are basically just going to spam body ethereal. Perfect, and then this guy's going to just do quickening. And then quickness. and advance and cast spells. I think this last one will do summon water power and then advance and cast. So that should probably work. Should deal with horrors okay too. But yeah, we'll make these our way south here with these idiots. Let's look at what else happened this turn. So a bunch of hunters in the dark. Killed a black priest. This guy actually failed against an azure mage. I think he got frozen hearted. Ooh, a water elemental. Oh, he had a bunch of gems. Okay, could be worse than black priest. We killed him. I wonder if he had gems. I haven't checked all this yet. Nope. We got the first couple. We're going to be divine naming them this turn. We cast Prepare Gate to the Beyond up at the top of Doom of Absolute. Killed another Black Priest. Here, that one didn't work. Killed another Black Priest. And Ashagoth, who we had moved up here, has cast Become Lich. So here he is. I've named him Corey after Corey and Trailer Park Boys. What I need to do, though, is I need to name this guy. One second, let me look up Trailer Park kitty names. Okay, so the first one is going to be the Purr Monster. And we're moving him over here where I'm a little worried about, you know, some kind of magic phase. Where's this guy going? Yeah, he's going to come here because this fort is popped. There's a decent chance. Well, you know, if it happens in the magic phase too, I'm not even sure. I think we would still be a little boned because I could teleport him here. We've already got anti-magic turn 1 going off. I think maybe we skip that. Maybe I do Power of the Spheres and then we'll just do Enslave Mind. Like that. Should be fine. But yeah, he's going to be able to move around wherever. And sadly, it's crazy. It's so late we've gotten our first one, especially when we have multiple of these farms running. We're doing a decent job to protect our boys. Where's our guy going in here? Yeah. Let's see what they're getting up to. He's Summoner 9. Okay, he's in the sweet spot now for getting vastnesses. Wait, where's our other guys? We've got one here. He's only 5. That's not really the sweet spot yet. This guy is 8. He's now kind of entering the sweet spot. This guy is 7. He's not quite there yet, but very close. And then these guys are going to be fresh. They're probably going to be like 4 or 5. Yeah, 5. 3. Okay. Yeah, so we've got a ways still. And I've got another guy I started up over here just like last turn because this is the last place we built. I'm going to need actually another one. We're getting more dreamers than I'm able to kill. So let me see. I'll put this down. Yeah, this guy's got pretty minimal set of gear. I probably should try to get him some better stuff, but anyway. I think he's still 3. Oh no, he's 4 now. He got something. But okay, that's that. Now, Arethia sends in, yeah, he sent in these guys. He also magic phased in his god on Pelagia's capital, probably thinking I wasn't prepared for it. We prepared for it, though. He's got the friendship hat. He's got the amulet of power. There's a decent chance I steal this from later, though. And then, yeah, but you can see he's got a fair amount of pin gear. And then this Twist Fate shield's pretty good for this setup. I need to remember that. So he does Time Stop. And then Master and Slave. And we cast Master and Slave, which is kind of we cast it actually after him, so we stole some of our stuff back. Which is kind of funny. We didn't kill all the stuff that he did or whatever. He's been paralyzed but hasn't taken damage. So that's Arethia being a little fucker. Like, don't kill my coalition buddies. Okay, buddy. You go be a fucker. You go be a fucker. I've kind of forced his hand. I'm a little pissed off that he's doing it, but it is... I don't know. I think it's a weird situation for him, because, like, he kind of has to do something, but it also, I don't think, is a good way to win. I think it's going to make him lose the game. He needs to go eat small players right now. I mean, he can still get his wish farm going, but especially, like, using his god and stuff, like, he's not wishing with this god. So it's every time he uses it, it's pretty expensive. And then here he sends in his dragon, like I've come to expect, and we had our trap set up for him. One thing I didn't think about is Power of the Spheres. Power of the Void. These horrors end up keeping my guy from advancing casting properly. Which are a little annoying. But these guys are actually quite capable of killing him. And he's decaying too, which is kind of funny. He's only 60 years old out of 2,000, so I don't think he's going to die from that part of it. It'll still do some HP damage, but he's getting beat up pretty good. 9 HP. We've got Dimensional Shambler going off here, but yeah, there it goes. And these stupid horrors killed a bunch of my dudes. So we lost 4 Star Children. 2 of them came back as soulless, and we lost 1 Star Spawn. But we killed, his dragon's off in the void. Whether he'll actually get to use it again is very debatable. Very debatable. Was this worth it for him? I don't think so. It's got 10, 15, 25 gems of gear on it, and then another 10 gems, so like 35 gems, and then he has to do Divine Name, so that's another 20 pearls. I don't know, it's like 55 gems. Kill like 4 mages. I don't really think it's worth it. But we'll see. Anyway, he's going to be a little fucker. So that was this one. But this is why I was patrolling, because I didn't want him to come on this and do it for free. And we were patrolling with kind of the this is not my full army. This is just like the minimum set of stuff to reliably kill the dragon. I would have liked to have done it with less losses, but honestly, it was Power of the Void that messed me up here, because I couldn't do Advance and Cast to get Shambler off earlier. And they ended up killing a bunch of my dudes. Okay, here we raided this successfully from Pelagia. This is kind of a cool little light raiding squad, though. I think we did a bunch of lesser elementals. Oh no, we did big ones here. Okay. Yoink. There was a temple here. We destroyed it. Pelagia and I are of different religions. Apparently Pelagia thinks unforted temples are fine. And he rides out up here. Now, some unfortunate things happen. He casts a bunch of magic duel this turn. And he manages to take out my army of gold caster. Actually don't help a ton. Where is it that does this thing not work underwater? I should have a commander. This guy. I think it's supposed to work underwater. It may not. I'll have to look. Legions of Steel going off. Anyway, I had actually another Earth guy. There goes Master and Slave. His guys are pretty high MR though, so it's not very effective. And he's Fatigue 0. I think he's going to do Arcane Domination next. But he might be out of slaves. I really need Army of Gold here is what I need. There goes Arcane Domination. We got Shark Attack coming in back here. He has a bunch of these little thugs. They're not doing a ton so far. He's got one up here. We've got a Cutlass of Piercing, which is pretty... Yeah, they're pretty killy, but they haven't really made it up to the front line until just now. He's probably going to make quick work of this greater than this. It's honestly not a ton more frightening than just one of these dudes, though. One of my things that should not be. But it's pretty cut and go. I think, or I don't have any protection buffs is the problem. So, we're actually about to start losing this. We had our protection buffs really something. But he got a really lucky magic duel. But still, I mean, it was a catastrophic fight for him. I mean, we lost some stuff, which was painful a little bit, and we lost 20 mages, which was painful, and 6 of these, which was painful, and I mean, we lost some stuff that was painful here. But, I mean, he lost a ton of stuff, too. And the thing is that for me, like, look at my army graph. We didn't go up quite as much. His army graph, between the past few turns, he's probably about half his army is my guess, or a third. He's probably down at least a third. Because I'll go ahead and we'll jump to the other exciting action, which we saw the god jumping on top of. There was a battle where he sends a priest out, assuming he might have needed to rout my army. And then we have a fight inside. Now, in the outside fight, he had turned most of my Star Children into Soulless Warriors because they got fatigued out. And there goes Master and said, I don't know if I've burnt them all up yet, but they're probably damn close to being burnt up now. You know, they're at 100 fatigue. I'm pretty sure they're all dead now. Yeah, they're at 200 fatigue. They're gonna all pop right now. And they're disappearing. But, so we've lost probably about like 50 mages this turn, which is a lot. It's like 2 turns of mages. Maybe 3 turns. But we've taken Pelagia's capital. Get the fuck out. We've also taken this fort from Eradnor. But these guys are ridiculously killy. I was honestly shocked. So much damage from like 6 PD on the walls. I mean, we almost didn't win, guys. A little shocking. Look how much stuff we lost. Lost 90 units from these 12 guys. Holy shit. Including 3 mages. Got an eye catcher? That's kind of good. And then a bunch of other stuff. In terms of the Void Gate, we didn't get, I don't think, anything super cool. We got 3 things from Beyond, 1 thing that should not be. I can't remember if I think it's the things that should not be that are good. The things from Beyond are not very good. Things from Beyond, I think, are the little... Yeah, these things. They're okay. They are okay. Well, you know what they would actually be decent for. Well, we're not going to do that. So, yeah, so if we look at the map, Arythea has taken this. They had about a couple hundred dudes that were in here before. Maybe they have more now that could roll in. I think we kill all of that, especially if they're not expecting the Foul Vapors. And even if they are, I'm not sure they win. I'm not sure they win. And because we're breaking siege in the normal phase, we can only have 1 battle, so I don't have to worry about gym baiting or anything like that. We are going to be clumped up, so, you know, it's possible. It's possible that they could, like, advance and cast spell liquefy me and stuff like that, but I don't think so. We'll see. This is a little YOLO. I think, like, a more conservative move would be to ping this turn and to see what they bring out. But I kind of want to get them off my nuts. We're sending them a message saying, if you actually think through your course of actions, if you keep grinding into me, that will keep you from eating. Meanwhile, Nick will surpass you as position 2. If somehow you're successful invading and I lose major ground, which I don't find likely, then I'll devote myself to king-making Nick, death to gangbangers and all. All those courses of action lead to you losing, and the path where you have a shot of winning involves peace with me, which we would still be okay with after all of your fuckery. But wait, you say. You are killing my little twins. Yes, we're going to kill all the people in the coalition that don't have the sense to find something better to do. I'm happy, though, to forget you were in it, if you want to extend the olive branch. If he does not take me up on this, I can't promise, but there's a very high chance we go try to kill him. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Because I've already hit intern here. I haven't really prepared for him coming in here. So we got more guys coming in. We're running low, too, on our dreamers here. I probably, in case he raids this one, I probably need to have a unit moving here. Actually, it's going to be a little trickier than I thought. Oh, this guy's coming. I'll have this guy come up. I probably need to go ahead and bring in more mages. I think I'm moving some of them, but it's time we move a good bit more. Yeah, we've got a lot of these guys coming. Where are they coming? They're coming down here. Got another 8. That's probably a little skimpy. It might be okay. But yeah, we're going to need some more mages, so we'll see what's happening. Are we patrolling? Right now I have these guys scripted to patrol. I think we're not going to, though. I don't really have the means to patrol super well. And if he's going to move stuff on top, I think we'll just let him right now. I think we'll just let him. Make sure I have nobody on move and patrol. But we basically killed the Iron Dragon, and hopefully he doesn't send more. But there's a decent chance he tries to do a full invasion. What I'm thinking, though, is he doesn't know how many mages I have here. I'm hoping this scares him off. And I can magic phase in really cool dudes. Like, I can bring my god super soon. My god's busy. You know, we're doing the apotheosis stuff. But very soon my god's going to be freed back up. And we can do master and slave and stuff. Ricky, by the way, is also about to be freed up because we are on top of TNG's capital and we're going to be storming it. And Ricky, I believe, is down here. And he is going to be doing, I believe... Oh. Power of the Void, that'll put him at 7. I mean, that'll put him at 9. That should be enough. Yeah, Power of the Void, Power of the Spheres, and Arcane Domination. That will get a lot of these guys. Thing is, TNG's actually moved a lot of his dudes out. I think there's still a big force at home, though. I have another guy coming in here, too, to do... Ooh, I didn't give him an air gem. Wait, where are you going, milady? Arrowfinned Fog Warriors. You're kind of going to need all those gems. I remember I was actually trying to scrounge up an air gem, and I couldn't find it. And I could alchemize, but... Okay, we're going to alchemize. Oh, well. Oh, I forgot. We have to... I think we'll only need 1, but this is... If they move out, I do want to have turn 1 Arrowfinned, and this should accomplish that. So we're going to have turn 1 Arrowfinned, and hopefully we take TNG's capital. And then after that, Ricky's going to be freed up. I'm going to have a lot more stuff freed up to deal with these. We're going to be storming this fort. There's all sorts of stuff I'm worried about here. This fort we didn't quite manage to one-turn pop. If I were a little more clever, I would have made sure we had more stuff. But I wasn't, and we didn't. Because like all these Lobo Garden here aren't doing jack shit. I should have brought them on top of this fort. We're doing Melancholia here. I've got Hoster coming over this way to deal with... If he moves a stack on top, we're going to do Master and Slave. So lots of fun stuff, boys. Lots of fun stuff. Lots and lots of fun stuff. But yeah, I think we have a pretty decent chance at killing Ulm now. We're going to be raiding this with a dragon. I expect this group to get killed by Sinless or Horrors. If they don't, we're going to come and raid down south. What turn is this? Turn of Pestilence, yuck. But yeah, I probably also need to think, we've got a pretty big crew here. I probably also need to think about getting a force coming over here and taking Micklin from him. I think I'm Stygian pathing this guy somewhere too. This guy's going to 204. Ooh, that's a little risky. Probably fine. Probably fine. I think we're doing Rigor Mortis with him, if I recall. And a lot of these guys are probably not going to survive the trip. But I think it will still work. I don't actually know if that's the best use of... We need to get them off the planet. It's a good thing to Stygian path here. I'm just not sure where. And putting it on top of this is nice because we could one-turn pop, but I have no idea what's inside. That's kind of the problem. Kind of the problem. Okay, should I... Or where should I Stygian path? Oh my god, that's a lot of Rlyeh dudes. We're moving up. By the way, we were successful in our little Rlyeh raid. We're moving them up here. He's just staling. If he's ever not staling, I'll probably just make peace, depending how much of him Nick Knight's eaten, because Nick Knight's gonna eat a lot. But we're probably gonna just take these. And what else? This is a kind of inefficient force, though. Like, I've got enough mages and stuff here and enough troops, so if I lose it, I'll feel bad. But I don't have enough to really do what I would consider to be like a good support of it. So I'm not really thrilled with it at all. But it's what we have. And if we can take a bit of infrastructure down here, it's going to make going after Rlyeh a good bit easier. Good bit easier. And maybe I astral travel. This is enough if maybe I astral travel like a cool mage. Like maybe my god astral travels out because he'll be in the capital next turn. He can pick up all that stuff. And I think I'm getting a death basket from Alcara this turn. It was over here. I was kind of talking with them and a fair bit as they were trying to defend against the coalition. And then giving stuff to the game leader is a decent way to fuck over the people that killed you. But anyway, yeah, maybe we bring my god in over here, because getting these forts would be really nice. Ooh, could get sea trolls. 50 gold? Maybe worth it. And then we can start fucking with these guys. Basically, everybody in the coalition, we're going to worry about fucking over. But Pelagia is in a pretty bad spot right now. They've got a pretty big group of dudes here, and this could be even more if they've got the thing that reduces army size. We're going to be moving out over this way, which is risky, because I don't have all my spells. If they're bringing everything, or most everything, we could be in real trouble. But we're going to be doing mass protection, mass regen, quickening, divine blessing, quickening. So everything's going to be quickened with mass protection and mass regen. We have a good shot at it, but it's not going to be great. And we just have lost a ton of, because, you know, we had him come in, he turned them into soulless, and then the soulless died. I probably just needed more communion slaves, or I needed to try hard and set up like soul vortex, turbo communion kind of things, which we can do, but which I should do. I think we need to kick up our tryhard levels a little bit. And Rlyeh can do soul vortex, turbo communion type of things really, really well. And we'll do that in a bit. But basically, it's where we'll have Lobo Guard guarding our slaves. Oh, it's going to be hard to do versus Pelagia because they have flyers underwater. But normally you would have dudes guarding your slaves, and then you have your slaves with the soul vortex on them, and then they're going to leech off the guys. You usually want things that regen, but we have mass regeneration, so it'll kind of work itself out, I think. Yeah, we're going to go here and here, and I've got this guy teleporting here, which actually is not very good because it's going to waste a turn. I think it's actually better if he teleports up. Like right here. That would be better. It doesn't really connect to anything, though. I mean, we could go here and then move off of it. I mean, that might be the better move. Especially if I get somebody... Do I have a scout here? Oh, I do have a scout. Perfect. Okay, let's send the scout down this way. And he's going to come down to here and the next move come over here. But that scout is going to be able to move and attack on top of it. And I think we're going to teleport on top of that fort. And we'll have this locked down. What that'll do is it'll prevent him from reinforcing outside of the fort. I like to defend this. And, you know, this rating is all pretty low commitment. We have to be careful about dealing with these knights, by the way. They could mess me up. But, you know, if we lost any of these, we wouldn't really care. But we're killing temples and stuff, so it's a pretty good deal. I do not want these land forts. This one is a trap, because Rlyeh can get to it through their port. This one is a problem, too, because Kailasa could come mess with me. And I'm trying to court Tortuga as an ally and get them to get all of this, because I think they're Kalos is a different player. They might be trustworthy, but they kind of were part of this. And I was a different player, but the same nation used to be part of the coalition. But then, they got a sub, and the sub pieced. So we'll see. Ideally, Tortuga comes in, because I feel like Tortuga I could have a long-term peace with. What I want. And then we'll go kill Rlyeh or something like that. But anyway, we're going to come over here and try to take over all this part of the ocean. And if we're successful in doing that, then we'll be very happy. Because then we'll just have to come up here and kill Pelagia out of this, which shouldn't be too hard. We'll probably be needing to magic phase in, gateway in another big army. But I need mages, so I may also need to magic phase in forts to get mage production up and running here a bit faster. Going ahead and upgrading the fort and temple here. But yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. I had tried to get Rlyeh, middle-age Rlyeh, to join in on the Pelagia thing, but they had lost interest in the game from sitting there doing nothing for too long. Which, it's like a vicious cycle. Like, if you start losing a little interest, you don't have the time to, like, put in to do stuff, and then the less stuff you do, the more boring the game gets. But it's unfortunate. This army, by the way, is in no way capable of fighting like an actual player. I think it'll be able to deal with this stuff like off script, but it's definitely not something we would want to send versus a real player. And I think we actually would probably want to do Frostfiend here, because he could be doing Frozen Heart. So I think we'll do that. Because just thinking about it, those slave mages will be casting that off script. So I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll look at graphs to kind of close this out. But so far, we're doing pretty good. You can see provinces has been up and then down, and then we're back up. If we have some big fights we win against Ulm, we've already kind of made critical damage on Pelagia, but the Pelagia War is not secure yet. We're going to be... Let me talk about that too. Normally after you lose a fight like this, you don't get attacked again, but we're going to go back in and attack this turn, do quickening on these guys. Because his PD's going, we'll see how much PD he puts in. But assuming he doesn't put much, we should be okay. We're going to be bringing in a bunch more stuff here and getting ready to go. One thing I didn't realize too is we've got all these mages here that I can actually bring in and reinforce. So we're pulling a ton of mages from this part of the world into this fort, which we'll use to launch another assault probably next turn onto this. And you don't actually need to go, because you can attack from here. Well, maybe it's better to attack from one spot. And I don't need this on you either. Anyway, but yeah, we're going to be launching another attack on this. I mean, if we had Army of Gold up, he wouldn't have had a shot. And we're going to keep pushing our advantage while we've got the tech edge. You can also see, if we look at score graphs, so provinces, we've been like this. Forts, we're doing very good. Our forts have started going crazy lately, which is good because we need more mages, especially when we're losing so many. Income, looking pretty okay. Gym income, you can see Iru's been catching up with us, but they've been getting poked by a few other players, so we'll see how that goes for them. Research, Rlyeh is still number one. Ours is actually, it's hard to tell, it's actually slowed down a tiny bit. Kalos is very quickly catching up though. Dominion, you can see ours is just shooting up, rocketing upwards, and this is going to continue for a good long while, because what is mostly going to drive this rocketing up is Blandos. And Blandos, we have a ton more candles to get in, so this is just going to start shooting through the roof as we get Blandos all set. It's going to go up a lot until we're done preaching, which is probably going to be in like 2 or 3 turns, and then it's going to go to a different slope that's much more gradual. But hopefully by that point, we'll be taking over other stuff like most of Pelagia's land. Army size, we're doing fine. But yeah, what I wanted to show you here was for Pelagia. Oh god, I'm going to pause it and hide all these things. Okay, so I've gotten these selected. We've got Pelagia and Ulm for research, and you can see theirs have not been going up. You can see it's actually inflecting down. And this is going to continue for them as they're moving majors to get in position and to fight more. They're not researching, which for us isn't a big deal because we've already got most all the research we need. And ours is inflecting down as much as theirs is, which means we need to mobilize more mages probably. But, you know, it's inflected down a bit. Theirs is inflected down a good bit more. I think they're probably at about... They probably lost 30% of their research. And they actually have more tech targets ahead of them. So this slowing down is actually important for them. Poor TNG. But yeah, I think that's about it, boys. You know, one thing I might consider while we're here is I probably should try to have Will of Fates in this stack. Okay, we do. Good. Oh, wait. Oh, you don't have gems. Oi. Oi. All right. Good. Now we can do Will of Fates. Because if he's going to be doing Gift of Heavens, Will of Fates is really good for that. And you can see we stole a bunch of their stuff, which is kind of nice. I don't know if did I show y'all this battle? I can't remember. He patrolled. I don't think I did. We'll be taking all of that, thank you. Yep, that's how we do. So that was great, and I'm hoping these guys come in. We've got Arrowfin now, so the archers won't hurt us. And yeah, hopefully we get this. The nice thing about this is we're going to get 2 pearls from it a turn, and it boosts astral range too as a side benefit. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Yep. And we're all, I mean, this is almost capital too. So he's in a pretty dire situation. And these armies of mine are going to be pretty hard for him to kill. One thing I may want to do, I don't have the ability to right now. I may want to put more gems on this guy. As if they gem bait me, this could go pretty badly. Didn't think about that. Didn't think about that. But this is mostly garbage. Imps, Ghoul Guardian. I mean, the Ghoul Guardians are good. Imps, Ghoul Guardians, and I've got Master and Slave coming out over here. I think we'll be fine. Let's take a look at Hoster, who's the guy who's going to be coming over here. Oh god, he doesn't have enough gems. He's only got 7. Okay. Let's get to alchemizing. Okay, so he's going to do... And we don't want to do Arcane Domination. So this is going to get him... Let's see if I have a... What kind of hat I have. I don't really have hats available. Okay, so this will get him to 8. Which is technically enough to do Master and Slave. Master and Slave requires you to be 8. It's going to knock him on his ass for fatigue, though. It would be a lot better to get him to 9, I think. And the way to do that is with the hat. I'm going to see if I can steal a hat from somebody. Do I have a hat anywhere? I probably need to make some more Starshine skull caps. Ooh, hello. You should not be wearing that. It's clearly a mistake. Okay, and so then... Perfect. Okay, yeah, Master and Slave. I mean, that's going to be super good. This is... Yeah, this is going to be a very high pin Master and Slave, because he's sacred too, so... Oh no, but then I don't have enough gems. I forgot we have all these. Okay. I thought he was coming, but then this is the problem when you do turns this big, is you start something but you don't finish it. It's really important you finish stuff. It's okay. And while I'm at it, we should probably just give him all the pearls. Yeah, so anyway, if they attack, they're going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. We'll just steal most of their stuff, and that will probably be the end of the fight, I think. Because most of this stuff is low MR. Like, Ghoul Guardians, I don't think are terribly high MR. We can take a Late Age Ulm. 12? Okay, that's better than I thought. But yeah, I think most of the rest of this, like the Imps, are very low MR. So we should mess these guys up pretty good. Yeah, so that's basically it. In terms of what I'm worried about this turn, I'm a little worried about the Kangov Dragon jumping out of my rice bowl, because clearly he doesn't have anything to do like try to win the game. So instead he'll just try to mess with me. He and that player and I are kind of pissed with each other. We're not really talking. So there's probably a spite element there too. Which is fine. We're going to go spitefully kill him if we get the opportunity. But yeah, what I'm worried about here is this battle, because he could be bringing in other stuff. And I haven't tested this to see how it would do against water elementals. It's just kind of theory crafting. I'm a little worried about this group getting magic phased on by a Kangov Dragon. I'm a little worried about... I think we've got Aerofin coming out here. Let me make sure. Hild's... whatever. See, I think here, actually, I think I want to do Aerofin first and then Fog Warriors. Because he'll pass out after Fog Warriors. Now, this will probably knock my ass out. Like, it won't go off. I actually think I can't wear this ring. We'll put it on you. Put it on somebody else. Like, let's run this one. The ring is actually going to fuck up with Fog Warriors. Fog Warriors will trigger the ring I won't even cast. So I'm glad I came in and looked at this, because we'll take HP damage from casting it. But that looks like that's in order. And that should mess up almost something fierce. This army is a little cut off. If we get HP routed here, we'll be in big trouble. But we're trying to break this at least. Whether it will work or not, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's what I'm worried about, basically, is stuff going south over here. I think this, this could go south here with TNG. I think this is pretty safe. And then I'm a little worried about something really scary showing up in Pelagia. And hopefully the monkeys don't attack me, because I don't know what the monkeys are doing over here. Hopefully they're coming to Vulture. But this is a very, very big monkey army. Everybody on the continent is very scared of the monkeys, except for Iru. Because Iru's busy going off trying to get big, which is because he's a good player. And he won the last one. He won biggest. So he knows the solution is not try to grind into the position 1 guy, but to go get big. So I think that is it, ladies and gents. Oh, one thing I'll just mention is we've got Julian here, and he's hanging out. I'm going to not commit him. He's going to jump on stuff, and I'm going to wait for something tasty for him to jump on. So he's going to just hang out here in sight. But anyway, guys, that's about it. So I'm glad I did this with you, because we found several mistakes in the turn. And there's probably a lot more that I've made that you've probably noticed even, and they're going to screw me over. But anyway, we YOLO'd hard, and so far the YOLO is sort of working. But to go back to the German analogy, that's what they thought too. When they YOLO'd into Russia, it seemed like it was working at first, but then they got in over their heads. And there's already the signs of that happening, with us losing a lot of our invading mages due to those goddamn gym baits, and us not having a super well-balanced script. So, yeah, I don't know how it's all going to play out. The changes I'm going to look to make going forward is for important fights, I'm going to try to have the communion do less. And the really important spells, I'm going to try to have on people who aren't in the communion. And ideally can't get, like, magic dueled. Because apparently people have decided that the best chance they have at winning against me is magic dueling. Getting magic dueled as Rlyeh is hilarious. We're patrolling here with a amount of stuff that's a little concerning. I think that, okay, there's just like a minimum amount of dudes patrolling. Yeah, okay, this probably is fine. This probably is fine. Anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying the series so far. It's the game's getting pretty intense. These turns probably take like 4 or 5 hours to do. So anyways, see y'all next time. Peace.